Hey, what's up, guys? What's going on? Yeah, that match definitely delivered. Definitely delivered. I thought the first match, the first leg, really well played, really entertaining match. This one, even better, even better. I had so much, and I think part of the reason I don't know if many people are going to understand this, but part of the reason I think is the ambience, the venue, and there's just something special about Old Trafford going and playing there. Not saying Camp Nou is is garbage, and I would never want to play there. I know there's a lot of people, especially a lot of players that feel honored to be playing there. But something about when you're watching it just doesn't feel. I don't know. It just feels bland. Yeah, I don't know why. It's lovely to look at, but it's not visceral. It's not raw, and that's what I think Trafford brings. But yeah, the game was. Oh man, there's so much. I'm not gonna belabor you here with statistics or analytics or tactics because I'm not the guy for that. You want that? There's plenty of channels for that. Just my thoughts on the game. I thought towards the end Barcelona could have won it. Could have scored and gone into extra time and then won it. I was thankful that it ended. I was like, oh, thank God. And finally, they go on to the not so much because they eliminated Barcelona. It would have been nice to see Barcelona keep playing because it's an amazing team with amazing players and they play really well. They have a very very entertaining football style, which I enjoy watching whenever I get the chance to watching them. But Manchester United in this game was my team to go. I'm not a fan, but I was kind of rooting for them just because of the I wouldn't call it Cinderella story, but just the struggles that they were going through and how they've risen from that, the renaissance, if you will, of Manchester United. I don't think anybody has to tell Ten Hag this, but they got to work out some kinks with the defense, and they were getting a little bit lazy in the marking towards the end, and were leaving a lot of gaps for Barcelona to exploit. And the last play, the 90th minute, and even before that, there were a lot of chances that they created. But the 90th minute, the one that stands out is the one where Lewandowski shoots, and thankfully Casemiro is there to block the shot. That I thought that was going in. I thought the build up to that play. I said, oh, it's gonna go in right now, and that's it. Yep, it's gonna be one of those games like, oh man, and it could have been one of those games where it would have been like, whoa, what did we do wrong? And oh, we're not there yet, and this and that. That's why I think you shouldn't be celebrating too much. Sometimes when I see Arsenal celebrating like in your face, I think it's important. I think it's important for morale and the fact that you won. It's very important to celebrate, and there's nothing wrong with feeling good about that. But the job's not done yet. You haven't won the title yet. Like, yeah, we're happy, but that whole storming in the field, and sometimes like when you've actually won the cup, I think it's a little too much. In my opinion, I could see people arguing against that. I understand where they're coming from, but from my take is like, hey, there's still work to be done. Nothing to do so much with being humble, although, yeah, I guess I would throw that in as well. So with Manchester United, yeah, great, they won, but they haven't won the Europa yet. And second, they got more or less lucky. They got lucky because they were really close to losing this game. In terms of standout performances, I mean, man, Araujo, Barcelona stands out the most for me. Just because I don't think I've seen him play as much, or I don't think I've seen him play at all, to be honest, or sporadically. And I thought he did an amazing job with keeping Rashford quiet up front. And that's not to say that Rashford played bad, because funny enough, Rashford had a lot many more touches on the ball than he did the previous last games where he actually did score. And I thought that was interesting that he got a lot more. He was a lot more involved with Manchester United's attack, and yet he wasn't able to score. But because of that, because he had a lot more time with the ball, and he had Araujo and Christensen occupied, that he was able to create chances for other people. And I think that's why you had the goals from Fred and Anthony. And yeah, so Araujo just hell of a player, speed, power. Really, really, really enjoyed seeing him play, and I can't wait to see more of him. I didn't know he was Uruguayan. For some reason, I thought he was Brazilian. Also from Barcelona, De Jong, really composed. Not much else except just the way he distributes the ball, the way he calmly assesses every situation, and just the passing, very calculated passes that he gives you. Love that from De Jong. And Balde, whoa, that's another one that I really, really was surprised with today. Balde was balling. What I like about him is just his pace, his speed, obviously, and his vision, but mostly how well he is with the ball. Unlike Wan-Bissaka, that's speed, pace, power. It's just physicality, but not that well on the ball. Even though yesterday I saw him doing pretty well on the ball, which I kind of questioned why he was going out. And I didn't see much of Dallo involved when he came in. He was kind of lost. I don't mean lost that he didn't know what he was doing if he had a bad game, but I didn't see much involvement from him as I did from Wan-Bissaka. But Balde, he balled again. He had a really, really good player. And I understand he's not playing maybe because Jordi Alba is in that position and another great player. I personally don't like Jordi Alba, but hell of a player. There was a play that a long distance cross and from to Balde, and the way Balde just trapped it and just killed it on the floor. That was like he had a pillow on his foot. Just amazing, amazing, amazing. So for some reason I said he's not going to trap. It's going to get away from him. Great performance from him. And for Manchester United, Anthony, I feel that he gets a lot of backlash and just a lot of crap thrown at him. I know he hasn't been playing that well, and maybe that's why he played exceptionally well yesterday, or had more effort, was more involved. There was certain plays that you could see that effort that he was putting. There was one where he was struggling with somebody, and even though he could have gave up towards the end, he actually lunged himself just to tip it, just to tip it for Rashford so he can get a shot in. It was a very small play, a very almost insignificant play, but I think it pretty much summed up a team effort coming from him. And of course the strike, which didn't seem like it was gonna be a goal. I thought honestly that Ter Stegen was gonna block it because it didn't seem like it was gonna have enough power behind it. But yeah, well placed. Which I can't say the same thing about Fred. If you're gonna tell me Fred plays because of his work ethic, then yes, no problem. I accept that. But other than that, I mean, he's just a really good rebounder. But other than that, I feel that he struggles with touch. His touch is horrible for being a Brazilian. I don't think he has a good touch. And I'm not just talking about in this game, because there was a cross that went to the stands. I'm not talking about that cross that went to the moon and back. It's his touch overall. Like he messes up. You get like 50-50 when it comes to Fred. I was surprised that he actually scored that goal, because when Bruno Fernandes gave him the ball, I thought he was going to trap it. I was surprised that he actually caught the ball and it was within distance for him to strike it. And then the shot was, he actually hit it. I mean, although he hit it with his shin, but I was surprised the whole time. I was like, he scored. Oh, great. Okay. Man United is up. Or, like it was a what? Like, we're tied. It just seemed really odd that he scored. Again, Fred, for being Brazilian, I think you should be in that position. I think you should have a lot more quality. I think you should have a lot more to show, and I don't get Fred. And it's not something personal like that. I don't like him. I don't get it. You can clearly see that he makes a lot of mistakes. Sancho, going back to Sancho, I wish Sancho would have played a little bit more involvement. I get that he's coming back from an injury or just coming back from not being with the team for a long time. But just Sancho, not much. Almost a nuisance the first half for the team. And you could see when Ten Hag, he made the changes, like the whole match changed. It shifted to a more dynamic and more offensive lineup for United. De Gea was another one that I thought that played pretty well. De Gea did really well with the save. He made a couple of great saves. One that I remember from Koundé, from Jules Koundé. That could have been a goal from Koundé. That was a really good save from De Gea. And that's all I got for right now, guys. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like or don't. Either way, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.